Letitia, it's been a long time. I have something I'd like to ask you, so I'm wondering if now's an okay time?
Oh, well, if it isn't my little sister Blanca. The one that had her boyfriend stolen by me back in college and then ran back home to her parents crying and then ran off to never come back to us for 7 years. I remember you.
I understand that I've not come home for a very long time now, but I've still kept in touch with Mom and Dad. And the only reason I moved out of the house back then is because I was already planning on living on my own. And what you did to me was just going on at the same time. And as for that man you said you stole from me, he wasn't my boyfriend anymore, and we had already cut ties to one another before you started to date him.
Huh?
I told you time and time again to never go out with that man because he was bad news. But you never listened to me and kept saying that I was trying to keep him to myself and that you were so glad you were able to get him from me.
Huh?
Stop trying to act like you never heard any of that from me. I was never planning on going back out with that man, and the reason for that was pretty clear to me, and I'm sure clear to you now as well.
What are you talking about?
Don't you remember how you were only ever able to go out with him on Fridays? Well, that's because you were only his Friday girl.
What the heck is a Friday girl?
You don't know? There's 5 days during the week, before the weekend, Monday through Friday. And he happened to have a girl for every day of the week that he'd go out with. And he'd do that every week, going back to his Monday girl when the week started again.
What?
Sorry, we got a little off topic there. Now, Letitia. Right now, you're with my husband, Aaron, right?
Huh?
Coming over to my place to make out with him in my bed is absolutely gross, so I'd like for the two of you to stop that right now.
So you found out, huh?
Well, you got that one right.
Well, I guess that sucks, but at least now I don't really need to explain much. But unlike last time, this time I'm actually going to be stealing your man from you, and I'm not going to let him get away from me after. However, what makes this time even more different is that Aaron is married to you.
Well, you're right about that as well.
And one other thing. Just one other thing. I have something to tell you regarding me being with your husband now, and it's the perfect time for this.
What?
I'm pregnant with Aaron's baby.
Huh?
I think the day that he and I first got together was the day he got me pregnant, since we didn't have any protection then. But I'm sure that's a shock to you, since for the longest time now you've been trying for a baby, yet never got pregnant. So I'm sorry that I'll be the one carrying his kid now. I'm saying that I'm sorry that on our first try, we were able to make a baby together and didn't even have to try. And it seems that Aaron has been wanting a baby for so long now, right? Well, I don't think he'll ever be happy with a defect like you, so I'll be getting married to him now.
So this is how you learned about us having trouble making a baby? I see. Well, he and I have been talking to one another for a little while now about getting a divorce and all that comes with it.
Really?
Every single day, he'd blame me for being the reason I could never get pregnant, and it has started to really wear me down a bit. And recently, I just don't feel like being his wife anymore.
What the heck is up with that?
Well, this is all great news for you two. Congrats on getting pregnant with him.
Huh? Are you kidding me right now? You've no right being happy about us right now. I'm the one that's won, and you should not be happy about any of that.
And if that's what you want to think, then go right ahead and keep thinking that you've won. But be aware that I will be getting a settlement from the two of you, so don't dilly-dally on that.
Sure, whatever. It seems to me that Aaron is going to be paying for me as well, so you can ask for however much money you'd like from us. I mean, the guy's making around $1 million a year, so he's got the money to pay you off.
I see. So that's why you ended up wanting to steal him from me then.
Blanca, I'm sure you've already heard about us from your older sister, but everything she said was right. I've become a dad now, and I need to be responsible for the baby. And not just that, but I've also fallen in love with Letitia now. So there's nothing more you can do to get me to stay with you.
Hold on a second. I understand that we've been married for 3 years now, and you and I have been unsuccessful at having a baby together. But remember that just a little while before, you and I went in and took a fertility test at the clinic nearby? Right now, we're waiting on the results of that test, right? So what are we going to do about that?
Well, about that. As you can see, me getting your sister pregnant pretty much means that I'm not the one with the problem, so I guess it means you're the unlucky one in all of this, so sorry.
Are you really sure that you getting her pregnant is the right thing to base the answer off of?
I have a very good reason to doubt me being the one that's infertile. So I think I'll stick with the answer being that you're the one with the issues.
Is that so? All right then. But when I get the results from those tests, you don't need to hear about them from me, right? I'm okay to keep that all to myself?
Well, I already know that I'm not the one with the problems, so I don't care to listen to you tell me that you are infertile. And besides, I'm going to be the one paying you for a settlement anyway for being with your sister now, so you can go ahead and just stop talking to me from now on. I've already been given the okay from your parents, so I don't need to hear from you later that you want me back.
I'm sure that my parents aren't okay with what's going on here. Rather, they don't want your kid growing up in a messed up family without a father, so they're letting you stay with her for the baby's sake.
Well, what difference does that make? All that really matters to me now is if that baby is going to be a boy or a girl, and I can't wait to find out.
I see. Well, I'm going to ask for a lawyer to help with the divorce papers and the settlement, so you can wait to hear things from them and handle things.
Sounds good. I'll be waiting.
Blanca! Thank you so much for getting divorced from Aaron. So now, starting today, he is officially my man and nobody can touch him. I'm sure you've already gotten the money from him, right? Well, if you have, that means we can stop talking about all of this now.
I feel as though there might still be things to talk about later, but who cares, right? By the way, I'm pretty surprised to have learned this, but when you were with Aaron, you had a fiancé yourself, right?
I'm sure I did have one, but he was only making around $80,000 a year. That obviously wasn't enough to afford me for the long haul, and seeing a man before my eyes who's making $1 million a year, well, I couldn't just sit around and let him get away. So that's why I jumped on him.
I can't believe what I'm hearing, but I want to know if Aaron had to pay that guy off as well for you.
Well, of course he has. But Aaron has the money to pay him, so I don't mind. And to be honest, if Aaron wasn't going to offer to pay for me during times like these, I'd leave him in a heartbeat.
You seriously only care about people's money, huh?
Don't feel so jealous about me getting to have him now, okay? It's only fair considering I'm the one with the better butt, and I have to say that my waist has slimmed down quite a bit. If it wasn't for those two things, I'm sure your little pencil body could have kept him on your leash. By the way, we're planning to hand in our marriage papers this week. And thank you again for divorcing him before my belly started to get really large with his baby.
Oh, wow, really? That's so great.
Blanca, I'm finally at my final month of the pregnancy.
Is that so? Well, I'm pretty busy now, so I'll talk to you another time.
Wait! I can see that you may want to act all okay about what's happening here, but I can tell you're hurting from all this news.
No, I'm over being upset about what's happened, Letitia.
You're really going to keep trying to act all tough in front of me?
I have to leave my house soon.
Slow down for just a little bit longer. I have just a bit more that I'd like to talk about. I get that you might want to get out and get back to whatever work or hobby you're up to, but you're still a single woman with no man to look forward to, so all that work and time you have to get to is for nothing.
I'm serious about not having the time right now. I'm going to be late for the plans I have to pick someone up.
Oh? You have to get there to see them that badly? Who is it?
My boyfriend.
Huh?
Bye-bye.
You already have another man by your side? What the heck, Blanca? What the hell is this piece of mail? What are these test results?
Oh, so those finally showed up at your place then. Well, when I was unpacking all my things after moving into my new place, I happened to find that at the bottom of one of my boxes. It must have gotten in there by accident, so I'm sorry for keeping you both waiting on the news. But that's why you're only getting those results from me now.
I don't give a crap about how these got here and why. I want to know what all of this means for Aaron. What does it mean he suffers from male infertility? He told me that you're the one that suffers with that crap, not him.
And right before the two of us got divorced, we took some tests to see who was in trouble. But I got results back saying there was nothing wrong with me.
Huh? Hold on a second. That means that I'm in trouble now.
I'm the one that's got issues? Blanca, why did you never tell me all of this sooner when you got the results in?
Well, even if I wanted to tell you, we had already gotten divorced by the time I got your results, and so I didn't really care to tell you.
But back then, there was still a bunch of time before Letitia was going to have her dang baby, right?
Well, I'm sorry, but I didn't know that my sister was carrying a baby that wasn't your own at the time.
Huh?
You were the one saying that the baby was yours for sure, and telling you both that the baby wasn't yours would have caused her a lot of stress. And it's not good for the baby to stress their mother when they're still inside. Now stop talking to me, Aaron.
He's asking to get a divorce from me. We had to make sure that we weren't just tripping about him not being able to have a baby, and so we took the baby's DNA, and it of course showed that it's not his. When we learned that he couldn't give me a baby, I wanted to start thinking of ways to help fix him and all of that, but why the hell did you not tell the both of us this a whole lot sooner?
Well, when you were talking about stealing him from me, the results hadn't come out yet for the tests we took.
Seriously?
Whether you were planning on taking my husband at the time away from me or not, or whether we had been divorced yet or not, I didn't know a thing about him being 100% infertile. But I'll tell you that when we were talking before the divorce, I asked him if he wanted me to tell him the results or not of the tests when I got them, and he said he didn't care. So stop trying to act as though I was trying to set you both up or anything like that, because I tried to help you both.
For crying out loud. It seems that my ex-boyfriend has found out about all of this now, and he keeps blowing up my phone about wanting me to test and see if he's the father.
Is that right?
No matter what I try and do now, this is all screwed the frick up.
Blanca, how about the two of us get remarried? After hearing that you were able to have a baby now, I guess I can't complain anymore about you, so I think it'd be fine being back together with you and all that. And I get that I can't give you a baby, but hey, at least now we don't have to worry about protection in bed, right? Well, I'm totally alright with us getting things cooking again. And I'm sure you are too. I'm going to start filling out our marriage forms and we'll be over at your place really soon. I can't wait for you to be my wife again. I can't believe it, Blanca. I heard from a friend of mine. You've gotten married to another man now. Please tell me you're at your new place now waiting for me to show up, okay? You still love me and want me to be your husband again, right? Blanca, what is going on here? I just went to the apartment that you and I have been living in together. And when I went and knocked on the door for you to let me in, a couple that I've never seen before opened the dang door up. I asked the landlord what happened to you. She said the day after you and I got divorced, you moved out of the apartment with all of your things. When you do something as important as that, you have to tell me those things, okay? I even heard from your sister that you never go back to your parents' house. So where the hell have you run off to?
I had totally forgotten that I turned all of the notifications from Aaron off, and so the whole time he was texting me, I never saw a thing. But it's been a week now since his last text, and I have to say I think he's given up on trying to get me to come back. Now to start things off with what happened afterwards, the baby that my sister ended up having turned out to be the baby of a man she used to be engaged to before going to Aaron. Letitia tried to go back to him, asking for the two of them to get back together, but that didn't work. And somewhere along the way, her ex ended up getting custody of the baby and taking it away from her. So for the kid's sake, that's a huge win right there. Anyway, after what happened to her, she went back to her old ways of stealing men from other women, and one day wound up with a man who's in serious debt. As of right now, no one is really sure what happened to her and that man, but they're off the grid now. As for my ex, Aaron, being divorced for a second time due to the fact the baby was never his and that he couldn't handle the pain of being infertile, he became super depressed and stopped going out and to work. He was later fired from that job and is now having to deal with all sorts of costly things like not being able to pay for his house and having to pay a settlement to Letitia after getting that divorce. So all I can really say about him now is that he's struggling to swim out of the deep end of life.
Honey, are you going to be able to visit me today at the hospital?
Why do you want me to come so badly to the hospital? You know that I don't like going to the hospital. Quit bugging me about it every single day.
It's been like 2 weeks since the last time you visited me here. Aren't you worried about me anymore? I'm still in the hospital trying to fight through this illness that I have.
Do you not realize how selfish you're being right now? You need to start thinking about other people and not just yourself. Every time I go to the hospital to see you, it feels like my willpower gets sucked out of me. Having to see all those sick people makes me feel like I'm gonna get sick too. Don't you see how tiring it is for me to go visit you so often? You act as if I don't work. I'm sick of you acting like it's the end of the world or something. Do you want me to end up in the hospital with you too?
You know that it isn't like that. What's the matter with you all of a sudden?
Then what is it? Are you suspicious of me or something? Is that why you're constantly trying to make me come to see you and restrain me from doing things? Seriously, it gets so old and tiring. I'm over it. I really wonder why I had to be the one that ended up marrying some woman like you. It's not like you made a lot of money or gave me a child. What is one thing that you're good at? Because I can't seem to find anything positive about you at all.
I'm sorry, but it's not like I developed cancer because I wanted to. You know this. I'm trying my best to fight it, and all I can think about is finally beating it so that I don't have to see everyone else suffering anymore. Is it that difficult to just come to see me a little more often and talk to me? Is it really that hard?
So what? Did I tell you to go get cancer? Why are you dragging me into your misery when it's you that couldn't take care of your health and ended up the way that you are now? I lost interest in visiting you a long time ago. So stop talking to me if you're just gonna go ask me to come to see you. In fact, don't contact me at all.
You're my husband. Why are you being like this? Who am I supposed to call and talk to if something does happen? Who am I supposed to lean on?
You've got your mom that cares so much about you that she would give her life if it was for you. She also has some responsibility for your situation because it's her fault for not being able to raise her child to grow up healthy. Tell your mom to come to take care of you instead of me because I don't have anything to do with this and I don't want to have anything to do with it.
Are you going to be like this? Is this who you really are?
Yeah, this is who I am. I'm sorry if you thought I was something else, but I guess I'm not, so get over it. Don't text or call me from now on because I won't answer any of your attempts to contact me.
What are you talking about right now? What do you mean that I won't be able to reach you?
I'm going on a trip overseas with my girlfriend, so don't bother me.
Say that again?
Yeah, with my 28-year-old girlfriend.
Are you kidding me right now? Your 28-year-old girlfriend. What? Ever since I got on chemotherapy, I've lost so much money and it's ongoing. I'm struggling to even make it through each treatment. But you're telling me that not only are you going to dismiss the situation that I'm in, but you also cheated on me and you're going on a trip with her?
What? Are you jealous that I got with a young, healthy woman? Are you jealous that I get to go on a trip with her?
What? Am I jealous? Is that all you really have to say? How could you act so insolent and childish? I can't believe you'd call yourself a man after treating me like this and abandoning your sick wife. Aren't you scared of karma?
There's no such thing as karma, you idiot. There's no such thing as God either. If there were to be a God, why would they let you get cancer and not me?
I see that you understand that you know you're a horrible human being too.
Yep, I know, I'm a horrible person, but that doesn't change anything. So don't even try to expect anything out of me, and get out of my life. You should actually be thankful to me that I didn't throw you away as soon as we found out that you have cancer. Stop being so greedy and leave me be. Do you understand? What is going on? The passcode on the door lock is telling me that the code is wrong. Did you change the passcode for the door?
Yeah, I changed it.
Why? For what? Are you trying to take revenge on me because I didn't go see you in the hospital? Because I cheated on you and now I went on a trip with my new girlfriend? Get over yourself. Get jealous of something that you even have the authority to be jealous of. If you took care of your health and had the appeal as a woman, I wouldn't have cheated on you. Don't act like this is my fault. I understand that you're whining and protesting because I'm only giving my attention to someone else and not you. I get it, so stop with this stupid act and tell me what the passcode is. I'm gonna take a shower, take a nap, then go see you. Hurry.
You don't need to come to the hospital, so get the hell out of my face.
What? Did you wake up on the wrong side of bed today or something? How dare you talk to me like that? Being disrespectful and aggressive? Don't forget that I'm still your husband, and you have to respect your husband. Did you get a lobotomy instead of getting treatment for your cancer?
I think you're the one that isn't normal in this situation right now. I guess you've already forgotten about how you told Haley you'll care for her for the rest of your life and begged her to get married to you. You were on your knees. It hasn't even been a few years, and you were so quick to turn your back on my daughter who had cancer. You dared to cheat on her and go on a trip overseas with this new girlfriend or whatever this woman that you're seeing is. My daughter didn't stop crying until the moment she closed her eyes and breathed her last breath. She left this world with your betrayal on her heart. But I bet while all of this tragedy was happening, you were way too busy hanging out, being all hee-hee, ha-haing with this girlfriend of yours. I can't believe I gave my daughter to you. You are an animal.
Wait, are you Joanna?
How dare you call my name? We are strangers from now on, so don't even try to apologize for anything.
Joanna, I think you're misunderstanding something. It's not what you think. Please, let me explain. Are you at the hospital right now? Let me come to the hospital. I'm gonna explain everything to you and Haley. Can you please just give me a moment?
Did you even read the texts I sent you? Haley is not here anymore. She passed away. All she got for living the last minutes of her life was emotional trauma from you. The moment that she closed her eyes, she couldn't leave in peace. All because of you.
I don't know what to say. Are you being serious? Haley? She's gone? Why? People don't die so easily like that. How could she? Stop lying to me. This is not a good joke.
A joke? The only joke here is you. You garbage of a human being. You knew that she was entering the worst stage of the cancer that she had and abandoned her regardless. My daughter, I knew she wouldn't be able to make it far enough. Was it that hard to just keep her company and tell her good things before she left our side? I was going to forgive you for the things that you've done, but you threw that chance away by showing me your lowest. I'm never going to forgive you for this. You're going to get everything back, 2 times worse than what you've done to my daughter.
I understand how you feel, Joanna. There's no way that I wouldn't know. But isn't it a little too cruel to have someone stand out the door in the middle of winter like this? This is going a little too far. I'm a human being and someone's son at the end of the day, too. How could you treat me like this?
My daughter is roaming the unknown in a thin piece of hospital gown right now. But you're gonna come here and whine to me that you're cold when you're wearing layers and layers of clothes? I already packed all of your belongings and sent them down to the community center. So take them and get out.
Who gave you permission to touch and pack my belongings? Also, why are you stopping me from going into my own house? What even is this right now?
What? Your house? Okay now, let's get this straight. Don't you dare say that it's your house. This is not your house. I gave Haley this house to her name when you guys got married as a gift. So how do you figure it's your house?
Of course it's mine. Haley is dead and gone now. We were married, so the house automatically becomes mine. You're just some outsider that's watching all of this go down, so don't step in and get nosy in my business.
Are you stupid or are you just ignorant? Do you not educate yourself in administrative acts like these? Yeah, I gave this house to Haley as a gift, but I bought this house as a whole even before you two got married. Therefore, this means that you have absolutely no authority over this house at all. Do you now see what's going on?
Wait, what? There's no way. Well, that's whatever. I don't care about the house after all. It isn't even that valuable, so you can have it. But guess what? The very kind-hearted Haley left behind a bunch of money for me as she passed away because I'm her beneficiary. At least I wouldn't have to worry about working my butt off and feeding myself for a good while.
No money is going to be on your way, so don't even think about it for even a second.
What are you talking about right now? I know that she had life insurance. Why are you trying to lie to me and make it seem as if I wasn't her beneficiary? I'm not that stupid.
Did you not know that I was the one who gave her that insurance in the first place? I was the one paying for it the whole time, too. I don't know where you got this idea of you being the beneficiary, but no, it's me. All of this has nothing to do with you. Yeah, Haley was worried about you having a hard time getting back on your feet if she did pass away. But nope, she ended up keeping me on it instead of you because you turned your back on her.
What even? Is that true? If you told me about it then, I would have been going to the hospital to see her. Nobody told me about this. I didn't think she was that stupid, but I guess I was wrong. Ugh! What am I gonna do now? She's dead and I don't have much money. Does she want me to beg for money on the streets or what? Why would she give you the money anyway? You're old and waiting for the day that you'll die too. Why would you need that much money to begin with?
Wow. Now that you figured everything out, you're not afraid of saying things, are you? I'm glad that Haley didn't change her mind in the end, because if she did, she really wouldn't be able to close her eyes in peace.
What about me then? I have no house, no money from the insurance. I have nothing now.
You already had nothing from the get-go. You're just back to home base. Do you not realize that the only reason why you were doing somewhat all right was because of Haley?
This is all Haley's fault. It has nothing to do with me. If Haley fulfilled her duty as a wife from the beginning, none of this would have happened. I wouldn't have gone out and met some other woman.
You should have been careful with who you get into a relationship. Did you think that you were really going to be okay after messing with the daughter of a well-known business CEO?
What do you mean by that?
What are you getting all surprised for? I already did all the research that was needed when you were overseas. I know that you met that other girl at a party amongst your co-workers. You met her there for the first time and knew that she was the daughter of some rich guy, and that's why you got in touch with her. When my daughter was bedridden in the hospital, trying her best to fight for her life, suffering from the pain, you were planning on getting married to that other girl when Haley passes away. Did you really think that this silly little plan of yours would have worked out?
It's not impossible. I know that her dad is crazy about his daughter, so whatever she wants to do, he would let her do it in the end. You wouldn't ever know because your emotions are all dry and wilted, but when it comes to love, no age and class matters.
Yeah, that might have been a possibility if you were single, but you were a married man. Now you're widowed. Not only that, but you left your wife to die in the hospital and went off to catch other prey to mooch off of. Do you really think that they would want to welcome you as the new member of the family?
We never know what's going to happen unless we actually try. All I know is that my girlfriend is all over me and she wouldn't break up with me, so don't worry yourself too much.
No, I don't think that's quite the scenario here. I'm pretty sure that their entire household is in chaos right now. I got in touch with her dad, and he's absolutely furious that you tried to trick his daughter into getting married to you when behind the scenes you had a dying wife all along. And for your information, he just texted me. As soon as your little girlfriend went over to her parents' house, they told her the truth and told her that it's best if she gets rid of you. It seems like she said that she was disappointed and didn't know you were that type of a person.
What did you just say? Are you really out of your mind? Who are you to butt into my life and expose me to my girlfriend and her family?
And who the hell are you to have torn apart my daughter's life? I just can't believe that you were confident enough to trick a CEO's daughter. Not just anybody, but the one that's quite famous in the field. I wonder how your career is going to turn out from here on out. Here's my piece of advice. You better train your mental capacity to get bashed by people, or else you won't make it.
What did I do to deserve all of this from you? Why is everyone chewing my ass out right now?
You still don't understand what you did is wrong. I just can't fathom how I let my daughter get eaten up by some moron like you. I've lost her for life now. Congratulations on ruining your life. I hope you have fun. Don't live life like that from here on out. You know your place. Do you understand? After everything that had happened, I cut ties with Bryson right away and never talked to him afterwards. What I heard from the other side is that Bryson resigned from the company that he used to work for and disappeared somewhere far away. I guess he couldn't take it anymore and left for the better. I'm hoping that he learned his lesson and lives life as a changed person. But people don't change very often, and it can't be done too easily. Who knows? He may be out there somewhere using his narcissistic personality to trick another innocent woman to believe that he's the best man that she'll ever find in her life. I have never seen a more pathetic human being before in my life, and I hope that he is the last. I now moved into a small apartment next to where my son lives with his wife, and am enjoying watching my grandchild grow. I hope that I can live life to the fullest until the day that I leave this world, so that my daughter won't have to worry about having left me behind here.